today. I would love it so much for everybody today to just congratulate yourself for coming for this amazing training. Let's clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves, friends. We are becoming bigger by the day, and today we celebrate. For the whole of July, we are going to be celebrating what? Our anniversary, our first year of existence. How many of you were with us when we made 1 year? You also was your 1 year with Okata. By show of hands. Put up your hand proud and high. You're a pioneer. You people. Put up for the pioneers. Stand up. I want to celebrate you. I want the DJ to give the pioneers a song, right? There's that song they used to give. Stand up, the pioneers. Ruth, you stand up because you are even there when the company was going to Earth's creation. Please stand up for the pioneers. I want to see. Don't be ashamed to be a pioneer, friends. One day, the people seated are also going to be pioneers next year. True or false? Perfect. So, DJ, give our pioneers like a small song. Let them dance. Pioneers, dance for us. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. Friends, I want to congratulate everybody who has made 1 year. It's not an easy journey, but I always tell people the longer you stay in network marketing, the longer you're receiving your blessing. And that's the base of today's training. As earlier introduced by Mr. Jonathan, who almost forgot my name. My name, I repeat, is Abdulaziz Mohammed. I think, Mr. Jonathan, you have heard it, you have recorded it, you'll never forget it. For the MC who's going to welcome me, the name still remains Abdulaziz Mohammed, a proud member of Okata Wellness Solutions. I'm as old as the company, and I'm an accountant by profession. And one of the things I love so much in life is network marketing. But in this 1 year, as we celebrate our 1 year of existence, along the way, they can be distractions. Along the way, we have lost amazing leaders. Along the way, we have also lost heroes who we want to still remember. And one of the things I've learned a lot when I was making this training was it's very okay to be distracted. It is very okay. Any one of us have been distracted before. True or false? I want to even speak to the person who's in a relationship. One day, you can see someone, you see them, you be with them, you be in a relationship. Then a human being one day wakes up and passes you, and then you look and then you're like, if I was with that one. Then you start feeling like you shouldn't be with who? This one. But then at the same time, whenever you're in that situation, always remember, not everything that glitters is what? And that's one of the things I want you to hold at the back of your heart. Network marketing has done so much for me, but one of the challenges I've faced is battling with distractions. And when they gave me this topic, I felt like maybe I'm not the right person, maybe I'm the right person to talk about this topic. Because at some point, I have also been in a situation where I found myself second-guessing, doubting, having fears at the back of my heart, knowing that in anything we do, there are those moments where you shall go off track. You shall be there one day, you're excited, and then one day, you also become not excited. I told you when we join network marketing, what is funny about network marketing is when you attend a presentation, right? When you attend a presentation, you're excited, you're over the moon. They tell you someone has made 100 million. You'd be like, wow. 1 year and a person has made what? 100 million. You hear someone has become an emerald. You hear someone has got a car check of 55 million. And at that point in the presentation, your excitement is over the roof. You join. Now, when you join, the biggest problem is you decide that that person's success story should become yours. In fact, you even decide that that person, because they were pioneering and maybe things were not okay, there were no products, they struggled a bit, You who has everything better, it should be half. If the person made an emerald in say 1 year, for it should be in 6 months. Am I speaking to someone? And that for me is now where you have to manage your expectations. Friends, when you get started, I want you to make this a point in the new distributor orientation. Whenever you sponsor your person, sit down and ask them what was the reason behind your joining. I want to just use 3 examples. One person here, one person here, one person here, right? They just mentioned what was that one thing that made you join this company. Any person to represent this row? These people are negative. Any person to represent this row? These people are also negative. Any person to represent this? Ruth, please. What was that one thing? Just mention that one thing that made you join. The Villa Award after 5 years. She wants to be one day a house owner. Let's clap for Madame Ruth. Clap for Madame Ruth. Now I think her positivity has come this side, right? What was the one thing on this row that motivated? Yes, Alex.
Yeah, I joined because I see
A retirement package. Wow. Let's clap for Papa Alex. Mr. Alex has seen his retirement package. He no longer wants to know NSSF because this is NSSF, right? Perfect. Now the positivity is now extended here. Who's going to represent this line now? This line, even if you're negative, how I'm going to take to you until you join. Sir John, I've told you the one I'm sponsoring. What got you excited about this company?
What got me excited was a chance for me to become my own boss.
Wow. A chance, let's clap for Mr. John. A chance for him to become his own boss. Many of us saw something that excited us. And that one thing that excited us, I want to give you the good news, you can achieve it. If it's a Villa Award, you can achieve it. If it's a retirement package, you can achieve it. If it's to be your own boss, I'm promising him he can achieve it. But you have to manage your expectations. I don't believe the Villa Award can be got in 1 year. I mean, yes, you can push, you can do everything about the business, but the business will give you the Villa Award after 5 years. Do you get where I'm coming from? So meaning, if you're 5 years, we're now first year, we still have 4 more years to receive the Villa Award. Meaning, all of us here can achieve the Villa Award. Meaning, there's still time. So don't tell someone, when they're writing their goals, they want to achieve the Villa Award in 6 months. I mean, that person is not realistic. Yes, they can push and achieve it if they go out of their comfort zone. But I want to understand that at the end of those 6 months, the company is not going to give them the money for the Villa Award, right? They are going to give it to them on our 5th year anniversary. So to manage their expectations, you tell them, yes, you will achieve the incentive of a Villa Award, but you will receive it on our 5th year anniversary. Have you lied? Many of us are doing that mistake in the presentation. We tend to not manage our people's expectations. We start to overpromise and underdeliver. Has that ever happened? Yes. Someone joins and they were overpromised. I'll get for you a team. You can't sell products, I will sell them for you. You can't get 2 people, I have 10. But you understand where I'm coming from? All that is poor management of expectations. Now, for me today, that's not my topic. My topic is how to help you avoid those distractions. When you get into that text and then they are not delivering, then they are saying they are going to come and then they join, then they didn't join, then you start feeling like I need to exit. I want to tell you, friends, don't quit before your blessing. Don't leave an opportunity, because I was seated and talked to my friend when I was making this training. I asked him, this guy has worked in a corporate job for 17 years. I asked him, how was your first year when you started a job? He said, I was the guy who was bringing everybody tea. They asked for tea, I was the one bringing it. They asked for sugar, I was the one bringing it. In fact, they would send him to the side of the road to buy sumbusas. He would be the one. Second year, he stopped being the one they sent sumbusas. Even him, he started sending someone else. Do you get where I'm coming from? He started sending someone else. He would no longer be the one who makes the tea. Now they looked at him as a valuable piece in the organization. He said this third year, he got a small office. Yes, it may not have been the best, but he got a small office. Now he started doing some more activities in the office, and before he knew it, in the 4th year, that's when they now put him on a retainer. They would give him a salary, but there was like a small bonus they would add him for being a loyal servant in that company. Now, by the 5th year, they took him on a team building experience. The company had traveled to the north, they took him for a team building experience. And he was very excited. He started wearing the company t-shirt on Saturday and Sunday. You find him in a company t-shirt, he can even swallow a bullet for the company. Do you understand? He felt like he now was invested, his time, energy, and his body was invested inside that company. By the time he has made 10 years, when I met him when we had a school reunion, I wasn't part of Okata by then, the guy had a company car. It had the logo. He had the company car. We saw him and we were like, bro, I think this is like, he found his gold mine. Am I speaking to someone? He was once the person serving tea. 10 years, he's now driving a company car. Today, he's now living in his house, he's paying his mortgage slowly by slowly, and now he has raised a family. But he once started as the person who they sent for sumbusa and what? Tea. So I asked myself, what kept you going for the 17 years? That was my interesting question. I said, is that the same question you're asking yourself? What kept him going for those 17 years? And what was funny that we are blessed every day to have in network marketing is what kept him going for those 17 years was he admired his boss who had the same story like him. Came in, the company was still young, he was an employee, but he was the one who cleans the office. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Those offices where you open it, and you're the one who cleans the table, you're the one who cleans the signpost, you're the one who cleans the floor. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And now that point, he saw him now drive a Land Cruiser, live in a dream home. But he has been with the company for how many years? 30. 30 years. Someone has given 30 years to a job. When he said his boss traveled, everything was paid for the company. When he fell sick, everything was paid for the company. When he was paying his mortgage, everything was paid for by the company. But how many years did he give the company? 30 years. So in that question and answer session I had with my friend, he told me the possibility of seeing someone else come out from here like me and make it was what kept me for those 17 years. What am I saying? That many of us have seen our leaders become successful. You have seen someone touch the car incentive. You've seen someone become these ranks that you admire. And every one of them went through this process. They joined, they had high expectations, they faced that rejection, they went through that depression, and now they came out. Let me tell you, if every leader would show you their scars, trust me, you'd even feel the top is scary. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So I want to explain to you that every person who's doing network marketing should understand that there are ups and downs in our journey. But the most important thing is along the journey, if you can fight these distractions, you can make it in network marketing. And how do you stay locked in? Today my topic is going to show you how you can stay locked in amid these distractions. The first point is this one. Set clear goals, vision, mission, and objectives. The beautiful thing about Okata is every day the presenters share with you our mission, vision, and objectives. They tell you, it has even become a song to the distributors. We say we want to be distributor-centric. Are we distributor-centric? Yes. You're live. Tell the people, are you distributor-centric? Yes. Every day they tell you they want to keep you as the heroes of the story. And that's what the company is continuously doing. The most important thing is as you set these objectives and goals and mission, make sure you sing them every day. We don't put the self-talk because we don't have what to tell you. We put the self-talk here every day because we want you to believe in that self-talk. If that self-talk can become a part of who you are, then some of these missions and goals you're setting, start to become a bit more realistic. The more you see your goals, often, the more they start to become achievable. One of the things I've tried to do with most of the people I've been working with closely, for the leaders especially, is I've tried to go an extra mile when the year began. For the leaders who I've been working with closely, you know, we made you do an objective, which was to get a cutout of your dreams and goals. For the leaders here, I believe you know what I'm saying. I made you go get a cutout of the dreams and goals you want to achieve. And we didn't say we wanted you to get the ones of 2028. No, we told you the ones of when? This year. It can be that one thing. It can be whatever it is. But the moment you become obsessed with it, tell your neighbor obsessed. Tell your neighbor obsessed. The moment you become obsessed with it, it suddenly starts to become a reality. One of the leaders one day will share his story about how he made a dream that even me and Upline, when we saw him write it down, we were not sure that he would achieve it. But the man became obsessed with that goal. Until today, he's living his dream. Now, friends, the other thing I want you to do is develop a growth mindset. Understanding that your business has challenges is part of being in a business. But being adaptable is what makes you unique. Many of us have had this mindset that our business is hard. Let me tell you, I was discussing before I came here for this training, there is no easy business. There is no easy business. I want to tell you something, it is even harder to find an easy business. That's how hard it is. I saw a gentleman who serves us milk one day. I saw him every day moving, carrying his milk on a bicycle. He bought a motorcycle when I'm watching. He started his own small milk department there. One day he was moving and he fell down and the milk poured. Do you know how many losses he made that day? He felt like, I think if he could milk his cows again that morning, he would have gone back. But the hardest thing is that in any business, once you become a part of a business, having a growth mindset is understanding that challenges exist. But being adaptable, can you all say adaptable? One of the things in network marketing that will save you is understanding that you can't be a dinosaur. I was talking to a group of people yesterday in a training. Most of us have become like dinosaurs. Do you know dinosaurs? Some of you don't know them because they got extinct. A dinosaur is someone who doesn't change at all. The things he was doing in January, he chose to do them in February, he chose to do them in March, he chose to do them in April, in May, June, July. And the reason why his results are not changing is because he has not changed. You know, when you choose to be adaptable, it means when something isn't working, learn to change it. Learn to embrace something new. Many of the people here are getting results out of the simple things that you're claiming are hard. And the only thing is, it's because they have found new ways to achieve a task. When they give us a task, which is to build our network marketing business, there are people who are going to have special, unique ways on how they are building their business. Take some time, understand what they are doing differently that you're not doing, and apply it. If it fails, worst case scenario, you can remove it. Best case scenario, you become successful. True or false? Now, that for me is what I want us to do as we go. That's why we call it a growth mindset. You can't have goals and your goals are not making you evolve. If your business is not making you evolve, you can't be the person who joined us. Do you remember that person who paid for that package? You can't be that person. You can't be the person who said that for me, I'm going to become successful based on the things I know. You can't. Network marketing, why we designed it to be in a system where we work as a team, is because one head can't be the only head that knows everything, right? But that's why that statement exists. 2 heads are better than 1 head. So you always meet and then you have to share ideas because you want to develop what we call a growth mindset. Now, the other thing is build a strong support system or support network but equally become the rock on which your team leans on. How many of you want to have a supportive upline? By show of hands. Put up your hands really. Your upline is seeing. You will say that you don't need support for you. How many of you want to have a supportive upline? By show of hands. Okay. How many of you want to be the supportive upline? By show of hands. Are you seeing? The hands are many. I want you to be that supportive upline. I know we all want to be supported, but ask yourself, how many people for you are you supporting? And support does not mean financial. Sometimes we always misunderstand support. Not all support is financial. Sometimes even moral support is what a leader needs. Moral support, someone telling you that maybe what you are failing to do, I believe in you and you can do it. Just that statement. I was telling one of my leaders, if every month you woke up every month and every new week begins and you just sent out to those leaders, I believe in you, I believe in you, I believe in you, I believe in you. I'm telling you, someone may have been in that point where they wanted to quit. You understand? And then they get that message that was unexpected. And then they see it and then say, I believe in you. When I was confused in 2017, when I first saw network marketing, one of the top leaders in that company came to me. He didn't even know my name. I think he just crammed that statement. But at that point, I felt that I needed that statement. He just came with his deep voice. He said, you're going to be the next big thing. And then when I was going and walking away, I said, this guy is lying. He said, young man, come. You're going to be the next big thing. He mentioned it again. I felt like, I don't know if God needed to pass through him to come to me. I changed my mind on quitting. I went back in the hall. That time, it was an event and I was quitting in an event. Imagine, I was quitting in a company event. Wow. May I told you my journey had a lot of downs and ups. I don't know how many times I quit, but I quit a number of times. So as I was quitting in that company event, the reason why I was quitting is because the person who was sharing a story had told us how they had struggled, how they had done all these things, went through all these things, and today they were successful. I felt like this guy is lying. Have you ever felt like that? Don't even feel like that. Don't even feel like that. Because the person I thought was lying, I met him. He showed me the pictures. I said, wow. If this guy can achieve those things, let me change my mindset. Instead of being the one who, some of you have become the monitors of people's success. You come, you have a monitoring device, you say, is this person telling the truth? You come and then you first sit down, upline, show me. You are lying. Upline, sit down, show me. You say that you're a premium package. Where is your premium pin? You get where I'm coming from? Some of you start to even question your upline. Maybe he's speaking his self-talk that he wants to become a premium package. And here you are, you're now negatizing him. You get where I'm coming from? Don't be that person. Understand that you can be the support system that your team needs. Right? You don't always have to lean on other upline. Sometimes your people want to lean on you. Now, the last important thing in staying locked in is developing a game plan. Can you all say game plan? Game plan. Developing a game plan and staying true to it in network marketing, because MLM rewards what? Let's say that word together. MLM rewards what? People, don't become prospects. MLM becomes what? It rewards consistency. Not what? What do they call it in your local language? Someone has said another thing that Guno. Okay, wow. MLM rewards consistency and not Guno. Right? Not grasshoppers. I'm not calling anyone a grasshopper, and for the people who are alive, don't think you're a grasshopper. Now, I want you to understand that sometimes in life it's okay to get distracted. It's okay to look at something and maybe you feel something may be better than this. But what I want to tell you network marketing will reward your consistency. Many of us can't see the invisible years of struggle in some of your uplines. You can't. It's hard and we can't show it to you. If all of us moved with I used to tell my friend, if all of us moved with the way an iPhone puts memories, if all of us put a tab on our heads of memories, some of you would be like, this person struggled. Some of you would understand how far some people have come, but that's the beauty about network marketing. It keeps on asking you and keeps asking that question, how bad do you want your success? Every time I am in a tough situation, I sit down with myself and say, I think God is asking me, how bad do you want to become successful? I listened to one of those motivational speakers. He was once a football player. He shouts a lot. I think you know him, right? He shouts a lot. It says that you need to want success as much as you want to do what? To breathe. I think you've heard that audio, right? Yes. And then I said, does this guy know what breathing means? He's breathing and he's giving us a motivational speak. So I want you to understand, today you have seen this business. It's 1 year. Friends, it's 1 year. Yes, not everything is perfect. Yes, not everything is in order. But it's just what? It's just 1 year. Some of you were in a company where you saw how distributors, after 18 years of that company, looked like. Driving sports cars, having yachts, coming out of aeroplanes. Some of you even went to the country where those distributors were. You sat in their cars, you sat in their houses, you ate on their plates, and you said, one day, this must be me. But how can it be you when every day you've become a starter? Tell your neighbor, starter. They say, how long have you been doing network marketing? You say, you even hit your chest and say, I am 10 years. How many companies? 10 companies. Meaning you're 1 year in every what? Company. Meaning every year you're celebrating 1 year. Do you think you can find success in 1 year? Every company you're doing 1 year? Do you understand where I'm coming from? At least give yourself at least a minimum of 5 years before you say something doesn't work. If you left something after 5 years, I would not even judge you. I would not even judge you. Actually, I would even throw you a quitting party, because at that point, you will have done everything I imagine is possible for you to become successful. I would have imagined you would have tried every tactic, every strategy for you to become successful. But even then, try again one more time. Friends, I never want you to have done more than 5 companies. If you choose to become loyal to network marketing, the moment you find yourself doing more than 5 companies, please exit network marketing. Please exit it. It is not your calling. I'm sorry to say this if you're alive, but please exit network marketing. It is genuinely not your calling. Because you cannot do more than 1 company, 2, 3, 4, 5, and don't have your breakthrough. You can't convince me. Then the companies were not the problem. You become the problem. Am I speaking to someone? So I want you to stay locked in, because network marketing will reward your consistency. It will give you that thing that you've been looking for. And part and parcel of the next strategies that I'm going to give you are strategies for you to avoid looking and saying that the other grass is greener. I want you to make your grass greener, right? How are we going to make our grass greener? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to create routines of DMOs. I call them DMOs, daily methods of operation. Many of you join a business and you don't know what to do. Has someone ever asked you that, a new distributor? What is my role here? What am I supposed to do to make money? The moment your teammate or your downline or your leader doesn't know what they're supposed to do for long periods of time to becoming successful, eventually people quit. Most of the time, people who quit are people who don't have people promising to join. All of us are here because someone said they're going to join end of the month, or maybe next week, or this week, or tomorrow, or today. Am I speaking to someone? Every person who's doing network marketing consistently always has someone promising. Tell your neighbor, always has someone promising. Always have someone promising, because that means you're falling in love with doing activities. The moment you wake up, you should have your daily to-do list, something that makes your day run much smoother than it should be. Every time when you're ticking things about your day becomes more productive. One of the things I hate so much is to wake up without a game plan for the day. That means if today I tell you, let's go out, you'll go. If today I say, let's go and have lunch, you'll go and have lunch. Let's go and have supper, you'll go and have supper. Let's go and eat breakfast, you'll go and eat breakfast. There was a day when a distributor once told me, I cannot go to Javas with your plane. I am having someone coming. I told the guy, let me bring for you the Javas. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because he even refused an opportunity. He was hungry, but he had a prospect coming. He just told me within the training I was hungry. That's why I said, let's go. And then the guy said that I am staying because I have someone coming. He denied an opportunity maybe to relax his mind because he had a daily to-do list. A daily method of operation, friends, is what's going to make you a lot of money. Then track your progress. I want you to understand that all game plans work only when you're removing the things that are not working. Do you all have game plans? I'm not hearing anyone. Do you all have game plans? Uplines, are we giving our people game plans? Do you all have game plans? Yes. I'm not hearing it. That means some of you are saying it without conviction. Do you all have game plans? Yes. Now, if you don't have a game plan, it's okay. I know maybe your upline or your leader hasn't yet given you one. But the most important thing that you want to achieve is to understand part of a game plan, understanding that your game plan is having those things that are not working. Removing them is very important. Don't do an activity so long and you're not getting results. If your upline has been giving you an inviting script and no one is coming, just know that inviting script doesn't work. You can't call for 7 days. 7 days. And you have 0 guests and you're using the same script. Guys, this is not rocket science. That script is clearly not working. Or you're saying that script wrongly, one of the two. Either you're saying the script badly or the script does not work. That is the most important thing you have to understand. When you are doing a business, your business should pay you at least in 30 days. In 30 days. And the reason why it should pay you in 30 days is for you, especially I'm talking to the full-timers. Do you have full-timers in the house today? Friends, you can be with a lot of energy. Do you have full-timers in the house today? Yes. If you're a full-timer and you're relying on this amazing opportunity, please find a system that can make you earn money, however small or big, just earn something. Have your business change. Don't be that distributor that has zeros this week, zeros the next week, zeros the week after, zero the other week, and then you're going to stay with us for 3 months. I mean, it's okay to have that for the first month, the second month, but by the 3rd month, I want to imagine those zeros are going to change. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because you should be having a game plan that is working around removing those zeros from your dashboard. But if you're doing something week in, week out, and it's not working, something needs to change. If you need to change the upline, even change. I'm not saying change from the system, I'm just saying changing the working upline. Yeah? Some of you may say, I think I need to cross line. No. Who told you? Who told you? Yeah? I'll send you back. We'll come back and we'll pull you like in headmaster used to pull us when we used to cut. I was one of those students in high school. I was telling my teacher, I'm changing from sciences to arts. It seems the arts guys are enjoying. I came back, I said, let me go back. The art teacher told me, come here, sir. He took me back in the math class and he said, sir, sit down here. You are going to learn pure math too. I said, this man. I got 39 the other time, 38 this time, 37 the other time. What do you want? It's not working. Math is not for who? For me, he said, okay, come. He put me in a paper of, was it history? Is it this one of Napoleon? That one. I got 21. 20, I said, this man. I ran back into the math class. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because I realized, I thought everything was greener on the other side. You get where I'm coming from? I thought these guys in the science, is it a arts class, were enjoying. Kumbe, they were writing like 30 paragraphs to answer one question. I said something is wrong here. The other side, I was doing 3-4 equations. Here, I'm doing 30 paragraphs to tell the person and convince him this guy was the bad person. I said, no. I'm not attacking anyone who did arts, right? But I realized the reason why I was not paying attention probably in that math class is because every time I was the one who was sitting on the window after eating lunch, I'm the one who's dozing. Am I speaking to someone? I decided, let me change over the seat. I sat next to a friend who was passing math all the time. This guy gave me a strategy to master these formulas. It became like singing a song. He found a way to make math easy. I didn't like him as a person, but we became best friends. Because he found a way to make the math class easy for me. I remember when I came, I got 68. I came to him, I shook his hand. It was a big jump from 39 to 68. By the time my mother came for VD and she saw 71, she said, that's not my son's report. You get my son's report. The one with, I had already planned how to abuse him. I told her, Mom, what's wrong with you? This is my 71. She said that, what? She had not bought chicken. There were those guys who roasted on the road. She came, she bought it in a kavera. She gave it to me. She said, you deserve the chicken. And I cut that chicken. I kept half in my shirt. I went back to that guy who made the song. I gave it to the guy. I said, they bought us chicken. He said, where's the other half? I said, you man. You also wanted to eat my full half. I have given you half. You get where I'm coming from? And that's part of finding a solution to a problem that's not working. Something changed for me and changed my result. It was a small change. Same thing, but a small change. A small change in network marketing can change in your income. A small change. I'll tell you a funny story. In January, I'll tell you for a fact. That month, I remember making $115. $115. That's the same month our amazing CEO decided to put monthly recognition. I looked at him. When he mentioned that statement in a meeting, I looked at him, he looked at me. I told him, are you going to study this month? He said, we're going to study this month. I said, are you sure? He said, I'm sure. I said, can you revise it? He said, no. And then I said, can you not put me in the list? He said that I'm putting you there. I said, what do you want from me? And then people were jumping. I was excited. I carried people. I celebrated. I got excited. But let me tell you, first week, it was 0. Second week, it was 0. Third week, it was 0. Step, that's where the 115 came. And then I went to my sponsor. I asked him that, why did you choose me to join this company? And then he said that I have reasons. I want to just work harder. Friends, I realized there was a problem in what I was doing. I was working alone. You know, at some point in time, because I felt that I had no person to work with above, I started now isolating myself. I understand where I'm coming from. I isolated myself to what I know. And then I said, but let me become the downline to my downlines and see. I sat next to Sir James. I sat next to Madame Jalia. I sat next to Hamson. I sat next to Dennis. I sat next to Shamim. I sat next to all the people they were recognizing. I started understanding there were things they were doing I wasn't doing. James mentioned something. I said, let me try it. Jenny mentioned something. Let me find some way to edit it. Hamson was saying something that my international business was struggling with. I went and then I said, let me try it. I got on a bus with my leader. I saw what he told me was exactly what I did, and it worked. Am I speaking to someone? And then you hear someone miss a general training. You hear someone miss a presentation. Then I ask them, how do you become a brass? They don't know. It's in the presentation. You ask a person, how do you become this one? They don't know. It's in the presentation. You get so busy doing the wrong thing at the right time. Friends, the business we're doing, if you haven't yet achieved some of those things, make more free time. Replace those habits. Just change them. I see some of you when those trainings are happening, you disappear. These trainings, we're big in the cell training. Training comes, and you find some guys are downstairs, other guys are outside, another guy has gone to a different place to eat breakfast at the time of the training. At the time that maybe someone would have told you what's not working for you. That for me is one of the things that hurt me in my business. That was killing me in my business. I'm not afraid to tell you my zeros because the recognition shows them, isn't it? The recognition will show it. I'll tell you for a fact. It is very possible to be there and you end 30 days and you haven't made money because you haven't changed the way you're thinking. Friends, I want you to understand that you need to stay educated enough and informed enough. Many of us are not doing this. That's why I'm telling you, many of us leave that training and then you miss the information that could have changed your business. You leave that presentation because you believe you know it. And then when they invite you to present here, you present for our people. I was about to say a bad word. You present for our people things that don't make sense. And that for me is why I always tell people, it's good to remain green, but don't become raw. Yes, we say when you're green, you grow, but equally, when you stay green for too long, you become raw. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Don't say that thing of Upline said, remain green, be green, be green. Who are you being green for? Stop being green until you become raw. Because some of you don't know how to register even a person. Some of you don't know how to make a purchase. Some of you have never known how to fill in those forms upstairs. And then you want to sponsor a person. Am I speaking to someone? We all are given a dashboard. How often do you visit that dashboard? When I had my zeros, I would visit it every day. Do you know why? I wanted to see my zeros if they changed with eyes. I used to visit them every day. Every day. I used to play with my dashboard, press buttons. Yes, I would even send some messages to my wife sometimes through the dashboard. She asked me, why are you sending me messages? I said I was confirming if the system works. You understand where I'm coming from? I would put a reminder on my dashboard. They send me an email, and I'd be like, Elias, the system works. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You want to even press things to confirm if they actually what they talk about in a presentation. But some of you say, how do I order a product through my system? They posted the video in the group. They posted the video in the what? The group. But some of you have muted Okata champions. You have become masters at muting us in the groups. You have even archived. Some of you are pros. You archive us. I know, because I once did those things. I want to tell you, the information you have is just here. Every day it is just where? Here. They even go an extra mile and put it there. For you to find it live. They put it where? There. I always tell my part-timers, what's your excuse? You can't get online. The live is even there later on, you can watch it. But you choose to be uninformed. You choose to have your glass full. And that's the reason why you're stagnant in your business. So I want us to remain informed because it's going to help us. Then, I want you to stay engaged with your team. Some of you upline you start becoming so distant from your people. I want you to understand that your people, there's no time you'll ever find me, you come approach me, you walk to me. Some of you maybe are scared of me, but there's no time a person has come to me, walked to me, asked me upline, how do I do this? And I don't reply you. It can never happen. It can never happen. You ask me, you're filling in the form upstairs and I guide you, and I can't spare 1 minute to guide you, it can never happen. But then someone hits a brass. Just a what? A brass. They make a mistake and give him this pin. They make a mistake and give him what? A pin. He will start his own training office here. He will put, if he could have put partitions, he can put partitions here. You even have to knock on an invisible door before you enter to talk to him. You become that inaccessible. You become a mentor of mentors. How? Where? Why? Do you understand where I'm coming from? I want you to understand that the more you become busy for your people, the more the business becomes busy for you. This one I'm saying it for everyone because you're going to be one day called upline. The moment you have a person in the training center calling you upline, in their first 90 days, I want you to be like how those mothers be. Have you ever seen a mother? She can never refuse the baby to be off the breast. She can never allow the baby to be on the ground. She feels like every time she wants to have the baby near who? Her. Until one day she sees the baby crawling. And then that's when she knows, I think this one is growing. You understand? One day you see your person do a presentation, you'll be like, this person is growing. One day you see your person purchase a product without you, you'll be like, this person is what? Growing. One day you see the person register in code without you, and you'll be like, this person is what? Growing. But until then, why are you leaving your person to be there, seated? And then you go and you find yourself in the platinum office. Don't become a platinum before you become a platinum. Do you understand? Don't. You're opening the platinum office anyhowly. You're not yet a platinum and you're entering it the way you want. How? You want us to call you platinum IBO? Friends, let us stay engaged with our people. Let me tell you, most of the time you find the platinum wants to even be here with this person. The platinum wants to be inside the hole you're running away from. Because that person knows that his people are his business. That is why you'd never find some of those platinums inside that office. 90% of the time, you find them out. They are looking for their business. The office you want to enter is the office people are running out from. The office you want a chair from is the office that people are running away from those chairs. Are you seeing how fun it is? The chair you wanted to get so bad is the chair now I no longer want to be on. Because every time I be on that chair, you feel lazy. Do you get it? And your income starts to depreciate. As you've got fatter and comfortable in a chair, the income starts to depreciate. Let's proceed. Create a positive plug of moments in your business. Many of us have become uplines of doom, uplines of negativity. Someone comes to you and says, upline, I want to be a brass. You know he's on a starter, and then you add to say that, for you can't, now wait. You want to be a what? Brass? How? You're on a starter and you want to be a brass? You never tell someone that. You tell him, champion, come here and I show you how we can become. And stop being the upline who has bad words. You understand? The moment you find you're that upline that people don't even want to be near, run away. Go and work in another training center. You know why? Because people have realized you're a negative upline. They come to you and then they ask you, upline, I want to be a brass. Then for you, the first thing he says, my friend, you first upgrade. You're chasing away your business. You say you want to be a brass, Come here and I show you how you can become. First come. I hope he's watching this live. I remember when one of your uplines in the Project Pros came to me and he told me that, upline, do you think I can become a platinum? I told the guy, you want to become a platinum? That's the best news I've had. First come and I tell you a secret. We went outside, we had breakfast together, and I told him, this is how you become. The guy said, Kumbe, it's like that. I told him, yes, Kumbe, it has been like what? Like that. But then your person tells you, I want to upgrade. Then for you start saying, yeah, this guy, he has just wanted to upgrade one starter instead of upgrading and going up to premium. Anyway, sorry for getting emotional. But we proceed. Mindset shifts. Mindset shifts. To avoid getting distracted, you have to go from self-doubt to self-confidence. How many of you believe you can become these things that people are celebrated for? How many of you believe? Don't mind your neighbor. We're in a training. How many of you believe that you can become these ranks? God is watching those hands. May God bless those hands. Because every person here has the possibility. For as long as you don't look at the limitations, the possibilities are high for you. But if every time you think of becoming those things, then you first think of the limitation, that's the reason why you're not those things, right? Think about the possibilities of what you stand. I always tell my leaders, I always tell the people I work with, especially the people I work with, I tell them, if the fear of becoming what you want is greater, don't come next to me. Because the fear will stop you from doing anything I tell you to do. And that's why I always tell people that self-fear has to turn into courage. Many of you don't need any more information. I told the leaders I was there with yesterday in a training. Many of you don't need information. All of you are knowledgeable. In fact, some of you have PhDs in network marketing. But the only challenge is you don't have enough courage. You don't have enough courage. You're fearing to talk to that person who has your money. You're fearing to talk to that person who's better than you. You fear to talk to that person who could have signed up because of your words. And that's because you have fear. Then the other thing I want you to leave is to leave frustration for consistency. Stop being annoyed something is taking long to work. Stay true. Because it says, understand that there is no overnight success. But long days and nights of staying true to the grind while waiting what? Patiently for your success. I want you to stop being frustrated and understand that every good thing takes time. Every good thing takes what? Now, I want us to go to the last section here. Because I want us to say consistency will make us what? Say it with passion. Consistency will make you what? Rich. How many of you want to become rich? Let me show you. Stay consistent with activities. Stay consistent with activities. The moment you stop doing any activity, you can't get paid. The moment you stop prospecting, the moment you stop selling, the moment you stop advertising about your business, the moment you stop this, you will not get paid. Every time your business goes up, don't relax. The moment you start making, if you're making 0, then you start making 100, then you make 200, then you make 300, then you make 1,000. Every time your income changes, even if it's by $1, just keep working. A time will reach, they recognize you, and you are nowhere in the recognition, then you come up from nowhere. You understand? Because you didn't care about how much it was paying you, you cared about the what? Activities. Then, stay consistent with the personal growth. Never get bored of training. Never get bored of what? Training. Some of you are getting bored because you're not facing these challenges. Some of you are getting bored because your people are not in the training. That's the reason why you're getting bored. Some of you are getting bored because you're not applying these things. The moment you get bored, it's because you're slowly developing a bad attitude. That's why I said that in this training, when I was saying it, I said a famous quote. It's in Brian Tracy's book. I said it. He said, Brian Tracy said, that the moment you think your harvest is enough, That's the day you'll eat your seeds and you'll actually know, I didn't have enough harvest. Like, the moment you think there's no amount of money you can spend for the people making money, that's the day you start eating your savings money on your savings account. Then one day you go to the ATM, you put in your card, and the ATM tells you insufficient funds. The moment you see insufficient funds, that's when you come back to the training center. Don't come back to the training center because of the word insufficient funds. Come back and stay at the training center to avoid that word instead. Let's proceed. Stay consistent with your dreams. How many of us still have our goals for this year and you're still holding on to them? You want to achieve them. We're just halfway there. Don't give up. How many of you still have those goals? Some of you have already given up. You want to become a brass, you want to become a what? How many of you have those goals? How many of you still have them? I still have them. I still have my goals. Even Chimera is there with my phone. My goals are my screensaver. My goals are on my laptop. They're everywhere I open because I want my psychology to believe that those goals were possible. When I set a goal, I wanted to be an emerald. I was a silver. I had no platinum in my what? Team. I was a silver. I set that goal in January when I was a silver. I wrote it when the year began. I said I wanted to be an emerald. Even my wife said, I'm not a platinum, you have said emerald. I told her I want to be a what? Emerald. Even when I knew I'd earned 0 that week, I said I wanted to somewhere be in the top 20. The top what? 20. I told myself I wanted to get a car check. I put the car check when I was 50-50. I knew that yes, you'll be an emerald, and I knew by being an emerald, you can't remove the car check goal. You understand where I'm coming from? You can't. So I said, how do I be an emerald and remove the car check goal? I had to also put it there. But when I was putting that one, I said, why write it, why don't? I think even God will forgive me. Let me not write it. Then my wife put my hand there and told me, my friend, you can't be an emerald without a car check. I forced my hand finding myself writing. I was closing my eyes writing that goal. I was like this. But those dreams will come to a reality the moment you don't do what? Most of us quit before a blessing. It's easy to quit when the business is not moving. It's easy to also stay motivated when a business is moving. But I want you to remember, there will be those times when the business feels stuck. They will feel what? Stuck. Just remember why you began in the first place. Because I want to leave you this statement here. This amazing quote. Do you know the metamorphosis of a butterfly? One day the butterfly was a what? A worm. One day it was crawling like a caterpillar. And one day it became a butterfly. How do you convince me an animal that could not leave the ground? It even had saliva. You know that sticky saliva that sticks it on the ground? It had that sticky saliva until one day it decided to fold itself, make a cocoon, and then break away from that cocoon and become a butterfly. How do you convince me? Only science could convince me that one. But that's what's going to happen for many of us here. Many of us are going to become butterflies. True or false? You have not believed it. You're saying true. How many of you believe you're going to become butterflies? By show of hands. Let me tell you how we can become butterflies. This anniversary. I told you I was going to quit before an event. Actually, at the event is when I was quitting. But the moment I attended the what? Event, I saw that moment when I was about to quit. That gentleman came, told me you're going to be the next big thing. That day, I saw a small lady walk with a red dress, become the top 5 of the honor of that company. I saw a woman who doesn't know English. A person who was selling charcoal become a top 2. How could I convince myself I wouldn't be a top earner? How? That is why this event, friends, you are going to see people, some people are traveling by plane, by bus. I even think some people are attempting to swim to come for the anniversary. And you who's here, who could take a safe what? Border, to the anniversary event, you refused to buy a ticket. Yesterday you saw people buying table tickets, $200, $200, $200. 7 people paying $200 for a table ticket. And then your upline is saying we deposit $70K for our anniversary ticket. Upline, what are you trying to do to me? And most of us have managed to successfully believe that the only event we have to attend is the anniversary. You want to eat and enjoy. You want to dance. I want to convince you that all the dancing will finish, but the most important day after the dancing is this one here. You've not had a chance maybe to interact with that leader one-on-one. And the person is coming to give you the information that made them successful. You saw them being recognized, and they're coming to give you the information they did. So that next July, tell your neighbor next July, I can be the top 1. And that's where the academy comes in. Friends, the ticket is only going for $170 for the anniversary, $100,000 for the academy. For the international, it's going for $200. Packed. I see some international people. I know you're live and watching. I see some international people not wanting to purchase that ticket. They want to become smarter than a company. They want to bring themselves. Friends, for you who's watching online, the international person, you're going to miss out on that VIP treatment. Imagine they pick you in VIP cars. They feed you until you start adjusting your button in this simple package here. I was doing the mathematics with someone. I said the transport from back to Kampala to here, from where he was coming from, it was $250 coming, $250 what? Going. Do you understand where I'm coming from? And on top of that, he has to buy the local ticket. Right? He has to buy the local ticket. For both events, that is another, for those who have a calculator, who has a calculator? Press the calculator. Already has spent $500,000 on what? Transport. And he's not a robot. Of course, on that bus trip, he has to buy something to eat. Isn't it? So let us say he has spent $550,000. If he's really saving, he has spent $50,000 his whole journey. Is someone calculating with me? Who's my calculator? She's here. Perfect. That's $550. Then she pays, or he pays, $270 for a ticket for the 2 days. Meanwhile, he cannot eat this one. This buffet will even ask him, how did you come? Huh? You want to eat our buffet? But I'm joking, he'll eat it. So, imagine he has spent, now we're at how much? $270 plus $550, how much is that? We're at $720. $820, he's already at $820,000. And how much did they say the ticket was? 700 and what? 50. He's already at 820. Then he has to consider accommodation. In Kampala, we know he'll have to try to stay near the center, right? To avoid transport costs. But near the center, we know decent accommodation, maybe it's 50,000. Okay. Someone has said 70, but there are guys who are sharp. They'll go for 35K, 40K. I know them. You know those guys, right? But let us put him at a decent level, 50,000. He'll have to pay 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. He can't go on the same night. He'll go the following day. Those are how many nights? 4 nights. That's another 200,000. Let's put it there. 200,000. Remember, wherever he's staying, they're only going to give him bed and breakfast? How about lunch? How about supper? Is he going to fast? Is he going to fast? Then there's the transport. Okay, say he becomes a local like us and gets on a border. He's going to probably spend 3,000 coming, 3,000 going. You understand? You can't demotivate the upline or the superstar and make him walk. How? You can't. You get express, maybe border, one. For 3 days, maybe if he adds the event, that's 5K coming, 5K going. And now he has spent a total in transportation of maybe, say, 30K for the 3 days. Maybe he has spent at 30,000. How much are we on now? 1,050,000 Ugandan shillings. Then he has to buy lunch, breakfast, maybe. Supper, okay, let's say supper. Then he'll get the lunch from the event. Let's say supper. He spends another 20,000 or 15, decent lunch, right? That's for 2 days, 2-3 days, or 4 days. And that's already another extra 50K. Are you seeing the international? Why do yourself a disservice? Why do yourself a disservice? All that hassle, only to spend more than or similar to the person who got a VIP treatment. Uplines, sit down and press these people on a calculator and show them what they stand to gain, what they stand to lose. Anyway, moving on, we shall be having a beautiful table arrangement, something of this nature. Imagine all of you will be sitting on beautiful tables. They will be sitting on beautiful tables. You may even sit one day. You can find yourself sitting here, a platinum is here, an emerald is here, the CEO is here, and then this is me. Tell neighbor me. Tell neighbor me. You're seated on that beautiful table. You're like, wow. You hear someone saying that if only I needed like 10 million, they start even talking languages you don't understand. But you'll be like, wow. Tell neighbor, wow. That is the beauty of network marketing. You'll hear your upline, you maybe hear me saying bonjour, then I say ça va, then you'll be like, upline, you French? That day I'll even be talking with Kennedy in French, and you start wondering, how did upline know French? But that is the beauty of what? The event, friends. How many of you have not yet bought your ticket? Don't put up your hand. Run upstairs, fight with your champion upline, tell them that I want to go for the event. How many of you want to go for the event? You want to go for the event and you feel like you want to go. You feel like you want to go, maybe even you need a top up. How many of you need a top up? I want to see those champions in my team. How many of you want a top up? A person who wanted a top up would be on this stage. Let's invite for the massive presentation we're going to be having, and I believe it's going to be amazing.